What up, y'all? It's your boy R to the A to the S. Say it with me now. Yes. Raj here with Perceived Culture Ball. And today, we are celebrating my 200 episode. That's right, y'all. 200 episodes of Perceived with Culture Blog. That's right. And some of you old school fans may recognize this background right here. That's right, man. We back in my apartment. This is my apartment. And y'all know the famous ironing board, man. That's right. This is where all my clothes at. Y'all see this? Famous ironing board, man. The background. We of course we left that. We got Sedity, man. We got into a little high, moving on up. Moving to the kids' room. But this is where it started at, man. This is before we went Hollywood, man, with the whole, you know what I'm saying, the background stuff like this. We started on the hood stuff, man. This is just straight up hood right here. But yeah, I'm going to get into some common questions that some of y'all ask me a lot of times. A lot of people wonder, what does Raj mean? What is Blackras? Is Blackras your name? Why do you make fun of people? And all these type of questions. I'm going to answer it on my 200 celebration show, y'all. It's a celebration, all right? It's a celebration. And I'm going to give my shout-outs already. Give a shout-out to Holy Culture Message Board. Give a shout-out to thesouth.com. They feature my videos on there. Shout-out to the Z-Man and all those on that staff. Shout-out to the Union Board. Them some of the people who pushed me to make this show, this great and fantastic and professional show. That's right. So, keep it on lock, man. I'm going to answer some of y'all questions, man. We are out of here. Y'all know. Oh, yeah, you know I got to answer the Kobe Suts. Why do I say Kobe Suts? All that, I'm going to answer that in this web blizzard. You gizzard me? You feel me? All right. Peace out. And this is Raj Studios, the multi-million-dollar place where I take the majority of my shows. This is, you can see the background, the wall, and the beds. Now you might wonder, why do I tape in this room? It's quite simple. A lot of people complained about the lighting in my videos, and my mother's house has the best lighting. So that right there is the main reason why I tape in this baby room. And secondly, of course, this is a comedy show, and for comedic purposes, I think it's funny for a grown man to be in a kid's room. Yes, Kennedy. This is actually my niece. You have seen her in a couple of my videos, of course. And this is actually her room when she comes over to my mother's house. And so me and Kennedy like to have fun. We like to make movies outside of the stuff that's on YouTube. We like to dance. And we like to dance as well. You said what? I said, Doctor, we're dancing together. Right. We dance, we dance to music about Jesus, right? Yes, we dance with Jesus. Right. And this is my nephew, Abby. I call him Abby. As you can see, that is her. AJ, Kennedy's brother. And he has been in some of my movies as well. Not as many as Kennedy. But he's most famous for beating up the Ross, in the Tadashi video. So. Now, people always ask me, like, what do I tape with? And this is right here. You can see what I tape with. It's a flip camera. I don't use a webcam or anything like that. Sometimes I use my mom's iPad, but I mainly use this. As you can tell, I'm not a professional, and so this was the quickest thing to buy, and that's what I use to tape my shows. In my opinion, has a sound quality wise is very good. I love the mic for it, so this is what I use, a flip camera. Now, some people have asked me, is Blackras my real name, and the answer is no. My real last name is Black, so it's a combination of my real last name. And then Raj is my spiritual name. It stands for Rebel Against Society. But it has a lot of meanings. It's like an acronym. Rebel, Alien Society, Runaway Slave, RAS. So that's why I say R to the A to the S at the beginning of my shows. It's pronounced Raj. It's sort of like a tribute to Nas, so I pronounce it like Raj. And of course, it's a little bit of a combination as well of Rakim and Nas, so it's like R, and then pronounced like Ra, like Nas, so Raz. That's where the name comes from. Now, let me give you a little bit of background on the origins. Since I was little, me and my friends always used to, when I wasn't a Christian, we just always just debate about rap album, rap topics, who's the best rappers and stuff like that. And that's just always been in me. I'm a member of a couple message boards, so I'm always on the message boards debating about Christian rap and things of that sort. So it's just a natural thing for me just to give my opinions on rap albums. Some people, when I would give my opinion on albums, felt that I should write reviews. Wasn't really my thing, wasn't really my lane, but there was like a time period where it was like a lot of people asked me to write reviews. Even somebody from the industry that you all know even asked me to write a review for their site. So I said, well, maybe this is the Lord telling me to do this. I was about to release a blog site when I saw talk show by Tamashian the Visionaire, the Good News Talk Show. Check that out if you haven't. And one of his beginning shows, he said that God told him that one day he would have his own TV show. And when he said that, I just felt like the Spirit was leading me like, that's it. Instead of doing a written blog show, how about do a video blog show where you do video reviews? And at that time, I just see no YouTube. I'm talking about even secularly. I didn't know of any secular review websites. Now, a little bit more popular now, but when I started in 2009, it was not based on anything secular. That was just where I felt like God was leading me. So that's how it got started. And so I wanted to have like a comedy element to it. As you can tell, I do a lot of comedy, play characters and things of that sort. So I wanted to have that aspect as well, combining reviews with a more comedy, I guess you could say like sketch comedy, developing characters and satire, and more of also as well a late night TV show type of feel to it, where I crack jokes on Christian rappers, and so they have it in the secular where you have people who joke about like secular rappers, but at the time really was nobody doing it as far as Christian rappers. So I said I wanted to add that element as well, and so that's how the show got started. Now we're about to get to what does proceed with caution mean. Basically, the title came from a song by Raekwon called Glaciers of Ice. I'm going to play a little clip. It's not real deep, so. So yeah, that's where it came from, Proceed with Caution. And the reason why I chose this title is because it reminds me of where I used to be as a non-Christian. Raekwon album, I got saved when this album came out. And I was anticipating this album all year. I was like, oh man, Raekwon about to have a solo album. And as soon, I think it was maybe a week or two before it came out, God saved me. And I never bought the album. Like I threw away like all my CDs and tapes and stuff like that. I heard it years later, but it wasn't the same. Like I was like anticipating this album. So the title reminds me of that period of my life, you know what I'm saying, before Christ. And also has a spiritual meaning, because as Christians we are to proceed with caution. We are to live carefully as believers. You know, we got to take advantage of the time, not live unwise as wise. So we have to proceed with caution. So that's where the title came from. Now, influence as far as the show, actually the show is loosely based on another YouTube show by the name of Black Calvinist. And Black Calvinist is probably one of the biggest influences for the show. This show is more of a theological show, but it has sort of a satirical comedy bent to it. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a show just the opposite, a comedy show with some theological undertones. And it's not to say it's not a Christian show where I teach. I do teach at times, but that's not really the main thing. The main thing is more of it's a comedy show with a theological bent. So now I view myself more of a rap critic than a reviewer, and the difference to me is I think a reviewer is more non-biased. A reviewer doesn't really put their personal feelings into it, and that's not really me. I can do it, but I just prefer to be more personal and tell people how I felt about it, and also tell people how they can improve in music, in my opinion. Now, am I an expert? No. Again, I try to make that, emphasize that, because some people, that's one of the criticism people have of me, you know, that I think I'm some kind of expert, but I honestly do not. I'm just giving you my opinion of what I hear. Some of the things I look for in music, since I come from that West Coast background, beats is like one of the main things that attracts me to music. So if it doesn't ride that good in my car, you're going to lose me a lot. Lyrics are important and good, but not, to me, not as much as beats. I love, probably the second thing would be flows, how a rapper has confidence and have perfected the skill of flowing. And lyrics, as I said, as well, but that always comes later. So I view myself, again, as a critic, not a reviewer. A reviewer is more non-biased, in my opinion. A critic can be a little bit more biased. Now, the whole, where does Kobe Sucks come from? First of all, it's all comedy, all jokes. I don't hate Kobe, literally. It's just a way to describe myself. It's a way to get under Laker fans' skin. As a basketball player, I think Kobe is like one of the last old school basketball players. So it's not that I hate to do anything like that. I have respect for him. But I think a lot of Kobe fans just take it too far and saying he's better than Jordan and he's the greatest ever and things of that sort. So that just really gets on my nerves. Particularly living in Detroit, there's a lot of Laker fans here. So that's all they talk about. It just gets annoying. So it's just a way to get back at them. It's all in fun. Nothing serious. Kobe Sucks. Actually, it's a tribute to, if you're a sports fan, if you know Jim Rome, he has a radio show. And his motto is, have a take and do not suck. And so I just combined the two to saying Kobe Sucks. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a tribute to one of my comedic heroes, Jim Rome. So now let me address some of the controversial aspects. Again, it's a comedy show where I do impressions of people and parodies and things of that sort. None of that is intended to like hurt people's feelings or cause beefs or anything like that. That's not to say that I have not offended people. I have offended some people. Some people I have apologized to. Some things about my show I have changed because of that. Even some names I don't even say anymore. So, but there is that aspect of it. It's not, I guess you could say, a Christian show where, you know, just do this nice flower things. It's a comedy show. It's a satire show. And so, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be controversial. There are aspects of the show I think gets misunderstood, though. Like, some people think I'm really going at people. I give you a prime example. It's probably the Thizzle show. I received a lot of criticism. I'll probably say the most criticism for that show. And people totally missed the point of the show. It wasn't to go at Thizzle. If you watch it carefully, the whole thing was actually to promote his CD, Unreleased Chronicles. And the reason why I did it is because Thizzle earlier that year had showed love to me by being the first guest to do an interview on my show. And, you know what I'm saying? At that time, it was very few people knew about the show. You know what I'm saying? And when he did it, you know what I'm saying, so for me, it was just a way to show love back to him. So it was not to go at him. Thizzle didn't view it as a way of going at him. In fact, if you go to the comments page of that particular video, you will see that Thizzle thought it was funny. So it's satire, it's jokes. Can it be offensive? Yeah, but it's not meant to, you know, hurt people's feelings or anything like that. And if I do hurt people's feelings like that, I would definitely apologize. But I know people some people in the industry, and they do get it, and they do like my show. They get the comedy. They like me making jokes about them or about their friends and stuff like that, and they don't view it in a serious way. So that's it.